Tubies! This is Bob Hickman. Yeah, I'm crazy. We know it. But it's Saturday night. And I am so psyched to be here with you guys. We're going to have tonight our Saturday night seance. And for those of you who are new here, this is a weekly event. Comes out of the old spiritualist church tradition, which I come out of. And every weekend, a lot of spiritualists, we get together on Fridays or Saturdays, and they gather at somebody's home in a circle, and they would open the door to the spirit world. And, I always enjoyed doing those. I used to do seances a lot more when I was younger. And I thought, you know what, we need to kind of bring that back. And I thought it would be wonderful to be here and share it with all of you. So I'm so glad you're here. Just to explain, for those of you who are new, what we do in our Saturday night seance is we gather, and the medium, who's going to be me tonight, goes into a trance, and we open the door between the worlds, and the spirit world comes in and overshadows my consciousness and takes control of my body and nervous system, and they literally speak through me. So I never know what's going to happen or if it's even going to happen. I always say, oh Lord, I pray the spirits show up. Fortunately, they're very faithful and they always come. But, I always say every seance is an experiment. So, but if you're curious about, starting your own seance circle, you might want to pick up a copy. Oops, let me get it here. Of my book, which is called Messages from Rose. This details my early days as a medium, many of the seances and adventures that I had. And this is a picture of my guide, Rose, who oftentimes comes through when I channel. So if you're interested in this tonight, you might want to pick that up. Also, if you're interested in working on your spiritual life, you guys might want to go over to rarewiccaspells.com. And, they've got a lot of spiritual books over there. They've got magic books, trance workbooks, connecting with guides. They also have a lot of crystals. I forgot to mention that to you guys the other day. For those of you who are new, yesterday I posted a video, or even if you're not new, you might not have seen it. I did a video on ancient Lemuria and their use of crystals. And in that video, I showed this crystal, which is my Lemurian crystal. And crystals are a wonderful thing to use, particularly if you're interested in trance work. So tonight I'm wearing my Lemurian crystal, and that's going to help facilitate channeling. So I would encourage you, if you like to channel or you're interested in learning about, get a crystal also that you would love to wear. Wear it over your heart. Can be any crystal, really. Quartz is probably a good place to start, though, because that carries, the opens all the chakras. It's a powerful stimulator. So anyways, we'll go into all of that next week. Next week, we're going to have another video on Atlantis and its use of crystals. And we're also going to have a video on Andara crystals. So we got all that coming, but we'll talk more about that later on. But tonight I want to focus on our seance. So if you were here in my home with me, which in a sense you are, I would say just pull up your chairs. We'll form a circle here. And I'm going to settle down and go into trance. So now before we get into my trance, I thought we'd start with just a brief prayer. So if you just gather with me and let's just take a moment. Let's just center ourselves and close our eyes. And I'll offer a prayer. Mother, Father God, thank you for this night of gathering. We ask that you be with us and let those who wish to speak come through. Open the door now between the worlds and let us commune with our beloved ones, our guides, our angels, the ascended ones, and all who will come and bless our circle this night. Thank you for being with us. May we be blessed as we open now the door. and I call forth the world of spirit, and we open the door between the worlds. So mote it be. Amen. Thank you. Well, I'm going to settle down. I'm going to go into trance. I'll see you when I get back. Well, greetings to you. This is Fletcher here. We're so glad to be here with our medium and with all of you tonight. Well, we've got important things we want to talk with you about. But I'm going to step back and I'm going to let our main speaker come through tonight. She's a wonderful lady, and I know that you'll enjoy hearing from her. Greetings, my dears. My name is Rose. It is such a blessing to be here with all of you tonight. Over here in our world, we gather with great anticipation. We always look upon the earth and we say, "Oh my, they're gathering. The light is getting stronger." We are drawn to the earth by the spiritual light of the inhabitants therein. Each of you here tonight have been called by us. You see, when you have a desire to come to a gathering such as this, it comes from your spiritual selves. And deep within you is that little spark of light. It is your soul. Know that your soul has existed since time immemorial. You, when the beginning were with God, you were co-creators of the universe. Now do not let that go to your head and think yourself all grand. You see, this is my struggle in life. I always thought myself grand. Over here in spirit, we have an understanding of our position in relation to divinity. Each of us are sparks of the divine, little, in a sense, break-offs of God. Inside of you, that light that is your soul, that soul light is no less powerful than the divine spirit. It is a part, and a little particular part, of divinity. So when the scriptures say, and many of the world's scriptures say, that mankind is made in the image of God, it's absolutely true. Your soul is a reflection, and in fact is a small particle of the divine. When I first arrived here in the spirit world, I was amazed by the luminosity of souls. I thought, my heavens, they're literally gods walking about. You see, such is the nature of the soul. It can grow and evolve into a glorious being. Some of us here are brighter and some of us are dimmer. But for the souls that feel dim and wish to make progress, they are offered a chance to progress through returning to the earth realm. Yes, there is such a thing as reincarnation. When I traveled about and I went to India, I'd heard of the teachings of reincarnation, but I was not particularly a fan of it. I thought, I didn't wish to come back as some little ant or a donkey. No, it was not what I thought was a glamorous sort of idea spiritually, and so I dismissed that road. But the truth of the matter is that once one attains the human element, one retains one's humanity throughout all eternity. In the early days of your soul, you did have the opportunity to exist as various life forms. And so, in a sense, we have all been plants, we have all been cows, we have all been horses, and whatever animal else you think of. But at a certain point in our evolution, we came into our full being of humanity. And it is from this position that we have made the greatest strides in growth. It is in the human form that you take the greatest risks, however. When a human enters the earth, They are warned before their incarnation. They are told, when you go to the earth realm, you will forget who you are. You will forget all that you know of the spiritual world, and you will even forget oftentimes your previous lives. It is a risk that humanity takes, but it is one that we take over here with great joy. Whenever a soul prepares for incarnation, there is a great gathering, a team that supports it and says, "Rah, rah, go on." We cheer on the soul, knowing that through this great risk-taking, and it is a great risk, one can grow immeasurably. In the earthly life, the danger is that when one becomes temporarily blinded, one can fall prey to materialistic mindset, so much so that one goes to the earth, denounces the Lord, becomes an atheist, and then becomes enmeshed in materialism. Should one become so enmeshed, many times those of us from this side will take them out of the world and bring them home in order to spare them further destruction upon the earth. There were many souls on the earth in times past who became so enamored by the material world that they just decided to create great amounts of destruction, and the sorrow that they brought upon the earth limited their growth and in fact set them backwards. This is the danger of incarnation, that you can lose your progress and create harm and move backward. Over here, though, we take great care, and this is why we encourage a spiritual view. For those of you who wish to move towards that light, for you'll see inside of you, each of you know there is a divine power. If you choose to embrace that light, many gifts from our world will be given to you. And so it is simply a process of choice. You must choose to let the spirit world into your life. We do not like to preach on and drive people mad with our words of what they think of as nonsense. But really they are words of truth, and within them are gems of light. Occasionally a person on earth will have a profound experience where they have a déjà vu and they remember a past life. Sometimes it's a fleeting flash, a glimpse. Sometimes it will come in a dream. Whenever you feel a connection to a past life, do not dismiss it as rubbish, but give heed to that and allow yourself to contemplate that you have lived before. What knowledge lies within you? When you return to our world and to the light, then you will see all that you have done across many lifetimes, and you will understand your soul progress in the greater light of divinity. It is in the light of divinity that you will see each lifetime, as well as your current lifetime. And when you see that, you will then understand where you're going, where you have come from, and how well you're doing. The truth of the matter is that anyone who takes on an earth incarnation is considered a great hero over here in our world. It is fraught with many risks entering the earth realm, as I have said, but only the bravest dare step out of the light and into your world. You will please forgive me if I speak negatively, but the earth realm is in many times a place of darkness. Each of you, I am sure, have experienced in your own lives times of despair, times of loneliness, times of emptiness, where you even wonder if there is a God. When you reach those moments of darkness, let my words come to you. I want you to remember that I am telling you that you are not alone. And when you feel alone and there is no one upon the earth who even seems to care whether you live or die, call upon our world. We will help you. And even before you call, we're watching. We cannot interfere, though, without your permission. We would like that all humans have some degree of knowledge of the facts of reincarnation. It is not so important that you remember every single life and every detail. And in fact, to have all of that knowledge would actually be a hindrance to your progress. We would spend countless hours always looking back and analyzing all your mistakes, rather than focusing on the task at hand, which is to live upon the earth and to live in harmony with your fellow human. And so we call you this day to understand that you are more than just material atoms gathered together. You are more than skin and bones. You are a spark of the very divine within you. So when you feel alone, look within. See that soul light. Let it illuminate your consciousness. And if you should have a glimpse of your former life, count that as a blessing and know that you are making grand progress. We will be watching you from our side, and we'll send you many, many blessings. My name is Rose. Oh, there we go. This is Fletcher. Well, I tell you, I've got to tell you everything she said. It's the absolute truth here. And I also, when I come over here, I also learned about my own lives. Oh, but that's a long story, and we'll tell you another time about that one. Anyways, our power has grown weak around our medium, and we don't wish to tax his body no more. I am so glad that you're here with us tonight, and I echo the words of our medium when we say that we're so pleased to be able to gather with you. We hope that you'll have a wonderful evening. We send a lot of blessings to you from the Spirit. And as the power has grown weak, we'll be stepping back from the body now. And we hope. Well, guys, thank you for being here tonight. I hope that you've enjoyed our Saturday night seance. And if you're new here or just tuning in and want to learn more about this, make sure to pop over to my website at robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link below here. Pick up a copy of my book, Messages from Rose. I think you'll enjoy this. It tells about my work as a medium and my channeling work in particular. So it's a fascinating book, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm so glad you guys are here. Well, listen, keep it here. Tomorrow on Sunday, we're going to have an amazing video about a new book of shadows that I got. So you don't want to miss that. It's a mystical Wiccan book, and I'll tell you all about it. So be here Sunday for that. In the meantime, check out a copy of my book at my website. And also consider doing some shopping over at rarewiccaspells.com. You want to get your spiritual life going? By the way, over there, I forgot to mention it, I have a set of spells called Psychic Bob's Spirit Spells. And you might want to check that out. I have my own category of favorites over there, and part of that is Psychic Bob's Spells. So they have some seance magic in there, and you might enjoy that as well. Guys, thanks for being here. Keep it here at Spirit Channel. Hope you'll like this favorite. Share it with your friends. Be back here tomorrow. We're going to talk about the mystical Book of Shadows. We'll see you. And don't forget, next week, next Saturday, we're going to have another Saturday night seance.